Hello, I'm just here to talk about the market and how I think about it and my strategies coming into tomorrow. So, this is the daily chart of the SPY, and I am really confused by what the market is doing because there's something really weird going on. This this candle, this this candle right here. This is the daily chart of the SPY, by the way. We are not going up on high enough volume. Like, look at this volume. This volume right here, this candle bar, this bar right here, it is not big enough for such a big move, big gap up like this. Because when you look at this gap up like this big, we gapped up like this much, right? So when you see a gap up like this, you have to view this entire candle as a big high spread candle like this. Like this is exactly the same as this because we gapped up. We moved through all these layers of sellers, all these layers of sellers, all these layers of sellers, and we finally ended up right here. So if you just view it as this type spread of candle, this much spread, and then you look at the volume, which is like so low. Like look at how low that volume is, and you have to think something's going on. Like the sellers who were supposed to sell all around this area, they did not sell. So if this if this if this big candle had happened on about this much volume, this much volume, I would say we're okay, and that this is a normal move, and then there's nothing wrong with this move. But that's not what happened because we have this much volume, and that is a big warning sign that there's a lot of sellers coming into tomorrow. But so that's what makes me think there's a lot of sellers coming into tomorrow. But and there's something else too. Like look at the I'm gonna go out here, zoom out. Look at the 30, 15-minute chart of the SPY. I think this will look better. We this 30-minute chart of the SPY. Look at how much volume was normal for this type of move. This horizontal move right here. Look at how much volume is normal for that move. And look at how much volume is normal for this horizontal move. It's right here. And like look at how much volume is normal for this type of horizontal move. It's about here. Now look at today. We we did this horizontal move, a massive volume, okay? And then we did this horizontal move, even pretty high volume for pretty high volume. Like what this tells me is that something I don't know how to interpret it because I tried shorting it today and it didn't work out because the price kept going up. But the reason I shorted it is because the volume is too high for the amount of movement that we try to go up on. And what this tells me that here's what I think is happening is that there's a lot of people buying because they feel the market is gonna go up higher. So they're buying and they're just coming in nonstop. But the thing is, they are running into a lot of sellers. And every single time someone buys, they become a future seller. So there's a replenishing seller wall right around this area because of the high volume. And when the people who are trying to buy because they think the market's going to go up. Once it stops going up, these buyers will stop. And what is left will be the replenishing sellers, the sellers that keep getting replenished. And these sellers will continue selling. So I think tomorrow will be a down day. That's what I think. I thought the same thing today, but that's not what happened. So I'm really confused. I don't really know what's going on. But if according to my theory, if my theory proves correct, we should hit this 4575 area at least by tomorrow. But I may be wrong. So my strategy going to tomorrow is I'm just gonna short some stocks tomorrow that I really think that aren't gonna go up, and that's my safe strategy. Because if the market goes up, then the stocks I'm going into will unlikely go up, and if the market goes down, then the stocks that I'm shorting will definitely go down. So that's my strategy going to tomorrow. But I just have a bear bias going to tomorrow. It doesn't help that we've had 4 days of 0 point of very bearish put call ratios. Like the 4 days ago it was 0.71. 3 days ago it was 0.67. 2 days ago it was 0.65. Let me show you this. 0.71, 0.67. 2 days ago was 0.65, and today was 0.68. So it doesn't help the fact that the put call ratio is very bearish. There's a lot of people long in the market. They have open long positions relative to people who are shorting the markets and have short positions who need to cover. There's not that many people shorting who need to cover. In other words, and it's all longs, all people longing, and they need that's seller fuel. So it doesn't help that the put call ratio is like that. So my strategy is just to find some stocks that I think won't go up. I'm going to short them tomorrow.